Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to EDUTAINMENT. How are you doing today? I'm taking you to the airport today. It's very surprising. Maybe you have never gone to the airport, but you will go there today with me in English. We need to learn the English that is used at the airport because you will one day go there, or maybe you went there and you had troubles knowing what is said there. That's why I have come with this lesson for you to learn it. Uyu munsi nabazaniye isomo rijyanye no ku kibuga cy'indege. Ndabizi ushobora kuba waragiyeyo ukumva ibihavugirwa mu Cyongereza bikakugora, cyangwa se ukaba utarajyayo ushobora kuzajyayo igihe runaka. Niyo mpamvu iri somo rikureba kugira ngo umenye ibivugirwa ku kibuga cy'indege. So, please stay tuned to this lesson. Before we start, I have an announcement for you. If you are interested in learning English physically, in a physical class, like coming face to face and learn English with me or teacher Jasper or other teachers of EDUTAINMENT, please don't hesitate to call this number. Call this number for many details, or else you can even text us via WhatsApp. Niba ushaka kwiga Icyongereza ku buryo bwiza, imbona nkubone, ukaza tukakwigisha kuri EDUTAINMENT, dufite ishuri riri physical, ishuri ry'imbona nkubone. Ntutinye guhamagara iyi nimero kugira ngo uhabwe ibisobanuro bihagije, cyangwa se wandike kuri WhatsApp hanyuma tuguhe ibisobanuro birambuye. In September we are starting a new course. Dufite isomo ryiza cyane tuzatangira mu kwa 9. Umuntu uzaba atariyandikishije rwose azaba ahombye. Please don't hesitate to call this number or text via WhatsApp and we get you more details. Thank you very much. Now we are heading to today's lesson, English at the airport. Do you know these words here, right here? If I show you the word terminal, or departure, or maybe boarding pass, or a flight, or maybe luggage, or a runway, do you know the meaning of these words? Stay tuned, because these are the words that you will need to know very much. Aya ni amagambo utagomba kubura kumenya mu gihe wageze ku kibuga cy'indege, kuko uzayumva kenshi gashoboka. Let's say the word terminal. Terminal. Mainly when you go to the airport, you go there by a bus or maybe a car, because you cannot just go there on foot. Maybe you are on a car, or you are in a car or on a bus. When you get there, there is a space where you have to leave those vehicles and jump to the next step where you are going to go on a plane. Ku kibuga cy'indege iyo uhageze, niba wagiye mu modoka cyangwa muri bus, ntabwo bisi kugeza neza ku marembo y'indege ngo uhite winjira. No. Hari aho ugomba kuva mu byo bintu by'imodoka ugategereza aho baza kubahamagarira mujya ku ndege. Niho bita terminal. Terminal. You get the meaning. A terminal. It's like the finish. Terminal is like the finish line for the vehicles. And now we are starting the section of plane. Ni nkaho uvuye ku butaka ugiye kujya noneho mu gice cyaho witegura kujya mu ndege. I think you get that. The terminal. So sometimes you go to the airport and they call you, please passengers going to London, come to the terminal number 7. Bashobora kubahamagara ngo mugane kuri terminal ya 7. Utazi terminal icyo ari cyo biba bikugoye icyo gihe. A terminal. Now, the departure. Departure is the action of leaving. Action of leaving. Nukuvuga ni ukugenda. Departure ni ukugenda. Niba muri mu ndege ikaba igiye kugenda cyangwa igiye kuguruka, iyo nyine mukoze icyo bita departure. You are departing. Muragiye. You are leaving. Sibyo? Leaving. Departure. That's the meaning of the word departure. The next word is a boarding pass. Boarding pass. First of all, you will need to know what boarding is. Boarding is getting on the plane. Boarding ni ukujya mu ndege cyangwa se cyagiye kiba kigeze cyo kwinjira mu ndege. Mwabonye nk'igihe abantu ku modoka bisanzwe bafata amatike, akaba igihe cyo kujya muri bisi. Ku ndege rero ntabwo tuvuga ngo getting on the plane. We always say boarding. Boarding the plane. And when you board the plane, you have what we call a boarding pass. Iyi ni nkayo twakita tike ikwinjiza mu ndege ufite ibindi byose ibyangombwa byose babicekinze noneho baguha nk'urwandiko cyangwa se nka tike iguha uburenganzira bwo kujya mu ndege nyirizina, the boarding pass. So sometimes they will ask you, where's your boarding pass? Are you ready to board? Where is your boarding pass? Ugatangira kubaza ngo boarding pass, boarding pass. What is that? The boarding pass is that one document that allows you to board the plane, to go on a plane. You get the meaning? A flight is a journey. A flight ni urugendo. Niba tugiye kuva hano from here to Uganda, from here to Canada, that's a flight, urugendo. Kuri mu rugendo bisanzwe tuzavuga ngo a journey, but with a plane, an airplane, we say it's a flight. You get the meaning? Many of the times the flights have numbers. Akenshi ku bibuga by'indege ingendo ziba zifite nimero. Bakubwira ngo flight number 12, flight 1130 igiye kugenda. Abari muri urugendo bari muri iyi ndege igiye aha n'aha, flight number is leaving or is boarding. You know the meaning. A flight. Luggage. What's a luggage? Luggage is that collection of bags and all the collections of things you are carrying with you. Ni ya mitwaro yose, ibintu byose utwaye, ni umuzigo cyangwa se imizigo ufite mu gihe ugiye mu ndege. That's what we call a luggage. Luggage, the collection of bags and other items you are carrying with you. Now, finally, you may see this word, a runway. Runway. What do you think it is? A runway is a road, is a kind of road where the plane takes off or maybe lands. Murabona ku kibuga cy'indege haba ari nk'umuhanda aho indege ihagurukira cyangwa se ikaza no kuhagwa. Murabona ko ibanza kugenda ku butaka hasi cyane ikabanza guhaguruka, ntabwo ihita ihaguruka. It doesn't take off like a bird. Ntabwo ihaguruka nk'inyoni. It first has to run. Irabanza ikirukanka muri wa muhanda wayo kugira ngo ifate speed yo kwizamura mu kirere. That's what we call a runway. It's a road where the plane takes off or maybe lands. You get the meaning? That's a runway. Now, when you go to the plane, when you board the plane, they will ask you, are you going to take the aisle seat or maybe the window seat? What do you think? The aisle seat. Aisle seat or the window seat. Iyo uri mu ndege haba hari imyanya itandukanye, hari uwicara ku madirishya, ahantu hari idirishya, that's what we call the window seat. The window seat, cyangwa se ugafata aisle seat. Aisle seat ni indi myanya yose isigaye iri ahandi hantu hatari ku madirishya. Ni nkaho uraba wicayemo hagati na hagati cyangwa se ahandi hantu udafite aho uhuriye n'idirishya. That's what we call an aisle. Aisle. We read this as aisle. Aisle. The S is silent. We say aisle seat. Are you taking the aisle seat or maybe the window seat? If you have ever been on a plane, do you like the window seat or maybe the aisle seat? Tell us in the comment section. Niba warigeze ujya mu ndege, ese ukunda ahantu ku idirishya cyangwa ukunda ahandi hantu hasanzwe, the aisle seat or maybe the window seat? Cyangwa se utarajya mu ndege urumva waba wicaye ku idirishya cyangwa ahandi hantu hasanzwe mu ndege? Tell us in the comment. Now, when you get to the airport, there are some announcements that you will hear. Hari amatangazo amwe n'amwe aba ku kibuga cy'indege uba ugomba kumenya kugira ngo hatagira icyo batangaza kikakuyobera kandi kikureba. The announcements here are like, Flight 256 is now boarding. Remember we said boarding, it's the time of getting on the plane. Niba bavuze ngo abari muri iyi flight, abari bafite urugendo urunuru, the plane is boarding. Bivuze ngo igihe cyo kujya mu ndege cyanyu kirageze. So when you are there and you have already booked a ticket and you have not followed the announcements, sometimes you may miss the plane. You know that. Ushobora kurangara rwose bakaguhamagara bagasanga ntiwari uhari kandi bavuze ngo the flight 256 or the flight certain number is now boarding. Get ready. Boarding bivuze ngo abantu bari muri iyi bagomba kugenda muri iyi ndege nicyo gihe cyo kwinjira mu ndege. You get the meaning? Or they may even say the flight has been delayed. The flight has been delayed. Sometimes due to the weather condition, bashobora kuvuga ngo uru rugendo rero rwatindijwe cyangwa se abari kugenda iyi saha byabaye ngombwa ko bitinzwa bikegezwa inyuma wenda nyuma y'amasaha abiri. So the announcements have to be paid attention to. If I say the flight has been delayed, that's an announcement. Please fasten your seat belts. Please fasten your seat belts. This is when you have already boarded the plane. Mu gihe umaze kugera mu ndege, many of the times they will tell you to fasten your seat belts. Nugufunga imikandara yanyu. You know that when you are there are belts like these ones that you put on when you are in the car. Imikandara ugomba kuyifunga because when it is taking off, you may end up falling sideways. Ugomba kwitonda ugafunga umukandara wawe. Fasten your seat belts. So you hear the announcement. Announcement, please fasten your seat belts. The plane is taking off. You get that? We are now at our cruising altitude. We are now at our cruising altitude. This is an announcement that you will hear when you are already in the skies. Ni tangazo nk'aba pilote cyangwa se abandi bantu batanga amatangazo mu ndege batangaza iyo indege igeze hejuru cyane. The cruising altitude. The cruising altitude ni hahantu indege ibigeze itari bwongere kuzamuka ngo irenge aho igeze. You know, when it is taking off, it goes all the way up, but there is where it has to be stable and move horizontally in the sky. Ubwo igeze kuri cruising altitude ni bwa butumburuke bwo hejuru bwa nyuma na nyuma ibiri bugereho hanyuma igatangira kugenda straight forward. You get the meaning. We are now at our cruising altitude. Bivuze ngo icyo gihe you may even not be fastening your seat belts anymore. You may even unfasten. Icyo gihe ushobora no gukuraho umukandara kuko indege ntabwo iba ikizamuka ibigezaho iri straight. Sometimes during the flight there may be some problems, including the turbulence. Mu ndege nk'uko mu muhanda habamo impanuka cyangwa se ibindi bibazo, naho hashobora kubamo ibibazo mu ndege nk'uko mu nyanja habamo umuhengeri cyangwa se umuraba. We may have what we call turbulence. Turbulence in the sky is called, the turbulence ni cya gihe indege ibihuye n'ibyakitwa nk'imikuku mu kirere. Either the sky is not safe, maybe the clouds, maybe other things, bikarangira indege irimo shaking. When it is shaking, irimo kunyeganyega cyane, nibyo bita turbulence. We are experiencing some turbulence. This time they may even tell you to fasten your seat belts again. Bashobora kongera kubwira ngo ongera ufunge umukandara wawe kuko tugeze muri turbulence, tugeze aho indege itari stable bitewe n'ikirere. Nextly, we have begun our descent. Iki gihe indege ibitangiye kumanuka. Nuvuga ngo igeze aho igomba kugera. Hari aho igomba gutangira kumanuka. If it was at the cruising altitude, hari aho igera none igatangira kumanuka. Descending. Our descent. A descent is the action of descending or landing. Nuvuga ngo ni in the announcement yo kubwira ngo, please, dear passengers, we have arrived or we have begun our descent. Tugiye gutangira kumanuka. So it's these are some of announcements that you will hear. Tell us in the comment section if you went or if you ever flew. Tell us if there is another announcement that you recognized, that you still remember. Niba hari itangazo wibuka bajya batanga uritwandikire muri comment kugira ngo nabandi bayabone, because there are many announcements there at the airport. Finally, we are heading to the actions of a plane. We have talked about these, but you need to remember. These are the actions that you need to remember and differentiate. Ibi bikorwa ugomba kuba ubizi mu Cyongereza. Your English has to grow with this. If a plane takes off, take off means leaving, flying, starting to fly. Indege mu gihe ihagurutse nicyo bita take off. The plane is taking off. The opposite of this is landing. Landing. Landing ni igihe noneho cyo kugwa. Indege iri kugwa ku butaka. You know, the land is like now getting on the land. It is the plane that is coming back to land. Takeoff versus land. And then boarding. We have talked about boarding, which is the action of going on a plane. Cya gihe cyo kujya mu ndege nicyo twise boarding. The plane is boarding. Another word is refuel. Refuel is the time when they put gas in a plane. Let's say, you know, the gas that they put in vehicles. Murabizi ko ibinyabiziga bishyiramo essence cyangwa mazutu, indege nazo rero zinywa benzine, murabizi zigomba kugira nyine ibizihagurutsa. This is an action. When we are doing that, we say we are refueling. You can even say this with the cars and buses. Refuel. You get that? Refuel. Another action is load. Loading. Loading means putting the luggage in the plane, or maybe other packs or other bags or other items that are to be taken away. Nugupakira niyo magambo y'ikinyarwanda. To load, nugupakira. We mainly say this with the cargo planes. Tubivuga cyane cyane kuri za ndege zitwara imizigo. Murabizi hari ibyo bita cargo planes ndetse na passengers planes. Nizo kuri passengers we say boarding. Ku bagenzi nyine nuko abagenzi bajyamo. Ariko ku mitwaro we say gupakira, which is loading. We are loading, or the plane is loading when it is the cargo plane. Loading. Two last words are also the opposites, where we say ascend. Ascending means the action of taking off, like from ground to the sky, taking off. The plane is ascending. Nukuzamuka, iri kuzamuka, ijya mu kirere. The plane is ascending. But we can also say the plane is descending, which is the opposite. Remember, we said when they are starting the descent, it's when the plane is descending, going down. It's landing. Nukuango, ascending, nukuzamuka, descending, nukumanuka. These are the two opposites. I hope very much that these words have been very helpful. I hope that this lesson has helped you a lot about English of the airport. If you have any question, write in the comment section. If you have any comment, don't hesitate to give it to us, because they are very helpful. They help us improve what we do for you, because we work for you. Thank you very much. I will see you next time in the next lesson.